Hi everybody, and welcome to my channel and to our show, our Coffee with Conti show. Before we get into the feature of today's show, let's give you a real-time update and more so of an acknowledgement to all the people that are waiting on these C8s that are here, waiting for prep, waiting for shipping, and just say hi to them and thank them for their business and thank them for waiting. Roy, he's taking delivery of his Rapid Blue convertible right now. You'll see him on a feature upload, but Rapid Blue. I'm sorry, like a little kid every time I see that color. And for those of you that have been waiting, you probably never thought that you'd order a new Corvette that you were so excited to get that you would have to wait a year for. I know, it's crazy. I can't thank you all enough for waiting and being patient. Patience is something that not everybody has, that I desperately need you to have, and I do appreciate for those of you that have it. Ray, right here in Ohio, and I wish the sun was out because this probably looks black on camera. This is shadow gray, and I can count on one hand on how many competition sports seats we've had this year for 2020. Race car is one of them, and he does love to do some performance driving. I'm real curious to get the feedback on him. This car is going to Jim right here in Ohio, and here's what I thought was concerning. You can't see him now. Remember on Grand Sport, when you'd order Grand Sport, if you order the Heritage package on C6 or C7, the fender decals came installed from Chevrolet. If you order the fender hash marks now on C8, we have to install them. So he's not quite sure if he's going to want those, so we're going to look at them. And I said, hey, here's the thing. We'll put them on. If you don't like them, we can take them off. Ceramic gray, two-tone red interior, beautiful car. This one going to Katie in Indiana, and she is all ready to go. She'll be here next weekend, and her dad has ordered a car with us. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. His car's already getting ready to schedule to be built. And Steve here in Ohio, again, it tricks you. This looks like a coupe. This is a hardtop convertible with those smoking hot black Trident accessory wheels. Can't wait to get this cleaned up. Here's another Rapid Blue that is not my direct customer. Bob in Oregon, your car was here. It's actually getting prepped. Look, I hope you're coming out here. I'm really looking forward to meeting you, especially after the conversation we had about 5 months ago. I'll save that for a little bit later vlog. I think you guys will get a kick out of it. Ed in Illinois, your coupe is here, sir. Tad, West Virginia, that dipped interior. Very nicely done. Another past customer of ours from Washington State, Jim. I know from our conversations via email that you thought this car would never get here. I appreciate you hanging in there, man. And I think Jim got, yep, our top interior, the two-tone red and black GT2 seats. This car's gonna be hot. This is going to Mark in New Jersey. Orange convertible with a black roof and nacelles. And this car, because the customer requested it and I thought it was cute, I ordered a costume to go with this car. You'll see that when Steven comes here to get his hardtop convertible, white with the two-tone gray and black interior, black roof and nacelles. Nicely done, a good spec on that, man. Brian, Dr. Brian, as I call him in Texas, another past customer of ours. He went with the hardtop convertible as well, black roof and nacelles, and he has the two-tone red and black seats. I know you're really busy right now, but I just want to thank you again for the continued business and can't wait to get the feedback from you on the new car. Our buddy Mark here in Ohio. Another Mark with another Rapid Blue real close by. Did he? Yes. Two-tone red and black seats on this car. And kind of spoiling it for today's show, but yeah, you guys will see the results. And I'm actually going to make some predictions, just nothing that I have intel, just stuff from the gut and from the heart that I think will happen by the end of 21 and going into 22. So just more conversation, basically. Okay, what do we got over here? Oh my gosh. Well, number one, it does also have the two-tone red and black seats inside. Gary, right here in Ohio, good past customer of ours, waiting forever, it seems. Yeah, almost forever, waiting on his accessories so we can get this car delivered. And little prayers out to Pete. Talked to him via text about a week ago. Said he wasn't feeling well, he had COVID, and then trying to wrap up his stuff because his car's now done and prepped, and we're going to do a feature on this car for him. And then, well, then his wife gets back to me via his text and said, well, Rick, this is his wife. Pete is now in the hospital with COVID. Man, I hope you're all right, dude. It's crazy times right now, so hang in there. And she said, you know, She goes, anytime you send over a picture of the car, she goes, he just smiles and it just brightens his day. She goes, you gonna do a feature on your YouTube channel about his car? And I said, absolutely. I don't need a day like this. I need a nice sunny day to show off that Zeus bronze. And Pete wants to show off, and I will, because it's crazy, it's expensive. We're gonna show off that beautiful luggage that he ordered. 2 pieces of luggage that are made with Napa leather, and they're $1,450. And I'll tell you what I would do if I had that Corvette luggage when we do the feature of Pete's car in Florida. So there you go, a little real-time update on, sometimes you'll see the cars on my social media, cars that were walking in the background. Hey, what's going on with that? Well, now you know what's going on with all of these cars as we wrap up 2020 on a high note. And we have a fun, interesting show for you today. I'm glad you joined us for Coffee with Conti. First, an important announcement. Nice and hot, just the way I like it. So the important announcement is, as many as you know, as I've been getting texts, calls, and emails, hey Rick, your CorvetteConti.com site is down. I know, and I do apologize. I know a lot of you folks count on that for data, especially right now in the sensitive time of order tracking. I would do daily updates there. I've been trying to do some stuff. The text that I have is too long for Instagram. I did a couple posts on Facebook, but the server I have is set up in Chicago, and I think it's since 2007 there, and it's all jacked up right now. Working with the company, not happy with the company, but I'm ready just to start over and just have a very simple blog site, some pages so I can share the PDF data I like to share with you guys and the order tracking. So I'm having a meeting on Monday. Really too much going on to even have to deal with that, but I got to deal with that. So I'm diverted and I'm being pulled all over the place. So hopefully we'll get that back online, but we're still here on YouTube, and I'm on Instagram, and I'm on Facebook. So hopefully you have an opportunity to join us there. But I do apologize for the many people that do count on that page for a lot of important data, because I'm not the easiest guy to get a hold of right now, because I'm focused on this guy and this guy, and this guy's coming, but I got to do this guy, this guy's coming. Oh, your order 6 months from now? Hang on, got to take care of this guy. So that is pretty much our day. But I got a fun show for you guys today. That statistical data that we talk about that we're simply fascinated by. I am too. And I think this year is more interesting and certainly special if you were one of the lucky ones that got a 2020 Corvette with everything that's going on. More importantly, the majority of the data that we're about to review with you today is predominantly sold orders, selections you chose, colors, package, options, because this is unlike years past buying a Corvette where you would just come into the lot and you would be purchasing or find something on the internet that I ordered for inventory. This, again, is predominantly sold orders. So it is fascinating. It is interesting to see how what I refer to as national, but I'm talking about the worldwide production, and how our customers' orders and their selections compared to everything. My customers' orders versus the world. Okay, so let's look at total production worldwide. And again, I'll refer to the total production as national numbers in some of the slides you're about to see. But the worldwide production for 2020 Corvette, with all the delays, with the extension of production, ends up at 20,368 Corvettes. 162, as you can see there, went to Middle East regions, 1,490 to Canada, 18,577 Corvettes for the United States, and only 139 in Mexico, with only one convertible down there. All right, let's check out some of the top color selections for 2020 C8, the first ever mid-engine retail Corvette. Now, looking at the top color selections for the first year of the C8 Corvette, the national orders again refer to total worldwide production, and you can see the number one color was torch red at 25%. Now, versus our customer orders, torch red was number one at a big 37%. Arctic white, 15% versus our 12%. Look at this here. Number three, black, 11.7% nationally, but our black only came in at 3.2%. That was interesting. Sebring orange, 6.8 versus our 5%. Elkhart Lake blue, 6.7%, but our customers seem to like it a little bit better at 8.4%. Rapid blue, 6% versus our customers seem to like that one just a little bit better too. I wonder why, at 7.3%. Ceramic gray at 5.97% and ours at 4.2. Blade silver, as you see there, 5.55. Our blade silver customers at 8.4%. Shadow gray, 5.45, but our customers really liked shadow gray at 7.3% of the orders for 2020. And Long Beach red, pretty comparable there, 5.25 versus the 4.2. Accelerate yellow nationally at 3.38, ours only at 1%, and Zeus bronze at 2.69 versus our 2%. And actually, at the end of today's show, I've got a prediction on what colors I think we're going to lose for 2021 as we go into 2022. So here's one more slide from all of our customer selections for 2020. The top colors in order: Torch Red, Arctic White, Elkhart Lake Blue, Blade Silver, Shadow Gray, Rapid Blue, Sebring Orange, Ceramic Gray, Long Beach Red, Black, Zeus Bronze, and Accelerate Yellow. Now for 2020, we had two models of the C8 Corvette, one being a coupe and the first ever hardtop convertible. Of course, the convertible production started later in the year, so these numbers you're about to see are going to be skewed just a little bit. But what you did order, the national orders, coupe, were 82.4%. Our customers ordered 80% coupe. Convertible was at 17.6%, and our customers at 20%. Got another prediction on that too coming up at the end of today's show. Let's look at some wheels. The silver open spoke standard wheel, nationally 36.9% versus our 23%. Carbon flash open spoke was the most popular wheel both nationally and with our customers. The national orders came in at 41.7% and our customers at 35.7%. The Spectre Gray Trident wheel nationally was 11.9% selected and our orders at 14%. The Silver Trident wheel, look at the disparity in these numbers, nationally 9.4% and our customers selected that wheel 17%. Now I think that's because there's so many people that want a chrome wheel. This is the brightest wheel that we have. I thought that we would have had more wheel selections going into 21. We do not. It is everything we had for 20, carries over for 21, but the 5-star area is machine-faced, a bright silver, and then the insets are painted in just a regular silver. So I think that's why, if you're looking for a brighter wheel, and I know a lot of my clients did, that's why our number is so high in that. The Black Trident accessory wheel, nationally 13.7% versus our 8%. That's a great looking wheel, and I just wish that that was handled differently from Chevrolet, that you could order this wheel and it comes on the car from Chevy. There's added expense, there's added risk of damage because you have to break down the standard tire or whatever tire or rim rather that you ordered and then put this new rim on. Just a lot of handling going on there I think could be eliminated, and probably could be some cost savings if we could just get this wheel ordered and get it directly from Bowling Green Assembly. The same thing with the pewter open spoke wheel. This graphic doesn't show it off well, but it's more of a goldy bronze wheel, and it too has to be ordered as an accessory and then reinstalled, breaking down the existing rim onto the tire that comes on the car. So nationally, 0.4% have selected pewter open spoke versus our 2% over the course of 2020 model year. So one more time, here's a slide showing the full breakout of the national order wheels versus our customers and what they selected for this past year. And the big disparity that sticks out, of course, is that Silver Trident wheel. Our customers at 17%, which is almost doubled what the national order selections were for the first year of the C8 Corvette. Now, the next feature I want to compare was a huge conversation and controversy trying to decide on Z51 versus non-Z51. And regardless of your driving style, I still knew that Z51 would come out to be the rock star. And you can tell by the numbers here. Nationally, it was ordered at 76% versus 24%. And our orders, Z51 chosen 70% of the time versus 30% for the non-Z51 regular Stingray. Our Coffee with Conti show continues. Thanks again for taking the time to join us, everyone. We're comparing our orders for 2020 Corvette versus the worldwide, the national orders, and your selections, how they break down. Look at this option, the FA5 carbon fiber interior trim, nationally chosen at 23.7% versus our customers at 28%. Again, I've got another prediction on this coming up at the end of today's show. And here's a new feature that was widely popular for 2020 Corvette. We've never had this before, the front lift. And by these numbers, it looks like everyone loves the new E60 front lift option, nationally chosen at 58.4%, and our customers chose the front lift option 63% of the time for the 2020 Corvette. Now we look at the equipment packages, the 1LT, 2LT, and 3LT. You can see the total production numbers for 1LT, which I think is the best value package for a standard car that we've ever had in Corvette. Really, truly something to talk about. 14.4% chose 1LT for the 2020 Corvette versus our customers at 8.4%. The 2LT package, best content we've ever had there, 39.1% compared to our customers at a staggering 48.4%. Wow. 3LT, always that top level package. Sometimes people select it because they're not quite sure what to get. So let me just check that one to get everything. 46.8% versus our customers at 43.2%. All right, let's look at some interior options. And the jet black, nationally 43% selected versus our customers at only 19%. Interesting, but you're going to see why here in just a second. Adrenaline red, nationally selected at 24.7% and our customers at 46%. Now, break out that adrenaline red, and 72% of those red interiors for our customers were ordered as the two-tone red GT2 seats. That is our #1 most popular interior here at Coughlin, chosen by our customers. A little shout out for the two-tone red interior for the 2020 C8 Corvette. A little excited there. We continue. Sky Cool Gray. Now keep in mind these numbers include anything that would have been ordered even in a two-tone Sky Cool Gray, because the Sky Cool Gray becomes your dominant interior choice. So nationally, that was chosen 9.5% of the time versus our customers at 12%. Now with the natural interior, I've got an interesting breakout for you here in just a moment, but the natural interior, national 11.7% versus our orders at 13%. Now when it comes to this Morello red, this is only available in 3LT, and national orders were at 1.5%, and we too were around 1% on those orders. Tension blue, also available only in 3LT, nationally 3.8% versus our 4% chosen over 2020 Corvette. Now the natural dipped interior, that is also only a 3LT selection. As you can see here, the national numbers at 5.8%, and our customers chose the dipped interior for natural at 5%. But here's what I found interesting. I combined the natural dipped interior numbers with any selection of natural interior, and together nationally, they're 17.5%, and our customers at 17.9% when you're picking any derivative of a natural interior. And it makes that with us and nationally the #3 most selected interior for the 2020 Corvette. And one more time, here they are side by side. I thought this was interesting and simply fascinating data that I just love sharing with you guys. Now let's talk more interior, and specifically about the seats. The GT1 seats that come on your 1LT and 2LT equipped Corvettes, I think are just a phenomenal value and so comfortable, and aesthetically they look fantastic. Nationally, 29.1% ordered the GT1 seats. Our orders were at 20%. You're going to see why here in just a moment. The GT2 seat, that is an upgrade on your 2LT and comes standard on your 3LT. The national orders were at 61.6%. Look at our customers chose the GT2 seat at 77% of the time. And as we said at the beginning of today's show, the competition sports seat, I've got a video on that. I'll put a link down below, and why I personally don't think that this seat works for everyone. It's a great looking seat, but it really is designed for the track enthusiast. I can count on one hand how many customers ordered this seat with us for the 2020 Corvette. The national numbers were at 9.3%, and you can see our customers only at 3%. One more piece of comparable data for you, looking at Corvette museum deliveries going all the way back to 2014. You can see there at 1,231, 2015 1,049, 16 at 641, 17 at 372, and I think that's about the time that they started shutting down the plant, getting ready for ZR1, getting ready for this car, the C8 Corvette. 2018 was a very short year because of all that stuff we just mentioned. 2019, the end of C7, 587 people did museum delivery, but were still frustrated they couldn't get the plant tour component as part of their delivery. 2020, that still is the case. You can't do a plant tour. You can get a coupon for that at a later date if you ever go back to Bowling Green, Kentucky. But 943 people did select the Corvette museum delivery for their C8 Corvette. And nationally, those numbers break out to 4.6%. And our customers chose museum delivery at 8.4% for this past year. All right, one last little swig here as we wrap up today's Coffee with Conti. Thanks again for taking the time to join us and watch, you guys. I love hearing your feedback. I love sharing this data. This is so fun. This is so interesting. But here's a couple of predictions I have coming for the end of 2021. Now, the convertible orders, I think, are going to come in nationally at 36%. Of course, they were only at 17.6%, as we talked about earlier, because of the late start for convertibles. But I think that is going to grow in popularity. Normally, the convertible breakout over the years has been in the mid-teens, maybe low 20%. I think this is going to be 36%. We might even kiss into 40% range because of the uniqueness and the great value story that this new hardtop convertible brings to the C8 Corvette. And I predict the 2LT packages to increase at 43% compared to the 39.1 that they were in 2020. And this is as more people discover the content and the great value in that 2LT. I see those numbers going up. The FA5 carbon fiber interior trim option, it was 23.7 for 2020. I expect that to go down due to the price increase, and there's not as much carbon fiber as I think a lot of people would like to see in there. So that $500 price increase, I think, is going to take that down to about 20%. Now, the 2021 production predictions, I'm thinking, well, as long as there's no shutdowns and there's no supply issues, 42,000 to 45,000. I think the market certainly can support that. The desire and the demand is definitely there. Now, looking at the E60 front lift option, a new feature for Corvette that is widely popular, as you can tell, 58.4% selected it in 2020. But I see because of the price increase for 2021, I predict a little bit of a drop to 54%. Don't get me wrong, it'll still be very, very popular, but I think people will evaluate how they're going to spend that $2,000, especially if they've had a low-profile sports car in the past or Corvette in the past, and they've had no difficulty getting in or out of their driveway. I see a small drop in that, but again, I think it'll still be a widely selected option. And my last prediction for 2021, going into 2022, I think we lose ceramic gray and Zeus bronze. Now, there's no intel on that. It's just me thinking out loud and truly sharing what I think and what I feel. And I appreciate you guys listening, and I appreciate you guys watching. I'm going into my 26th year now as an exclusive Corvette specialist, and it's truly a thrill to be a part of this with you guys. Thank you so much for your support, your business opportunities, your caring, your ideas, the fun that we're having together right here on this channel. Again, I just can't thank you all enough. I hope you enjoyed today's data. I thought it was interesting and fascinating, and I'm looking forward to your comments down below. And please do support our channel by subscribing and hitting the bell notification. I really appreciate that support. Thanks again for watching today, everyone. I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day.